This is Target, and this is a action thriller. We chose the idea of an action thriller and an assassination plot because we thought this would be the most interesting plot device, and it was a flexible plot device which we could change and edit in the way we wanted to change it. Compared to professional thrillers, it does have good codes and conventions, and I believe we used them effectively and appropriately when necessary. There was also a very good plot device, which was, I believe, used effectively. The shots and angles could have been better, and there's a lot of ways it could have been strengthened by using better angles and better ways of being filming. And there were also quite a lot of continuity errors, which could have been fixed, which should have been fixed. The way we chose and excluded clips was by taking a look at the data we had and changing it effectively if need be. So if there's a clip that we didn't particularly like, then we'd all together as a group decide not to choose that clip, and we'd change it and we'd take it out and replace it with a new one. The codes and conventions we used were suspense and cliffhangers, and generally we used Transform City, but this was challenged, as instead of being a large city which was rocked by the murders, it was a small community. We also used protraction, and this is effective as it made the audience already understand what was going on but want to know what else would happen after it. The question and answer model was also used, and this is effective as it created the way the audience wanted, what the audience wanted to know, and they'd wait effectively for it to happen. I believe our narrative was clear, as our audience feedback tells us that everyone understood what was going on. It was also a non-linear narrative, starting at the end and then the rest of the film would carry on with the beginning. We chose this because it'd be a more effective and interesting device to use, instead of simply going linear and starting from the beginning to end normally. We wanted a variety of angles, such as close-ups, mid-long shots, extreme close-ups, and so on. And we also had an accidental canted shot. We looked at this in the editing suite and found that it wasn't exactly what we wanted, so we edited it out. We chose all these different angles because it added a little bit more to the film and made it seem a lot more interesting and more effective. I believe overall that our thriller was successful, as it had all the codes. It had a lot of codes and conventions which was needed. People would have said that they would watch it on the audience feedback. They stated that if it was a correct and full thriller, they would watch it and buy it. And also it was very suspenseful, and the music added an extra effect. The reason we went with the cliche and had a male killer was because, although it was cliche, it did add a twist, and it was ordered to make. We had a twist with it, which was that he was mentally ill, and this made it a lot more surprising for the audience instead of it being simply cliche. I believe our thriller was a good example of a typical thriller, as it had a lot of key points in it that made it suspenseful, such as the music and the sort of smug smirk at the end on the character's face, which added a tiny bit of suspense, and sort of made the running at the beginning, which added suspense, as it made the audience wonder why he was running and what was going on. For a full analysis of our completed thriller, please check section 12.